Hi, good morning, everyone. It is a great pleasure for me to be here today. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Fernando Matos, and I'm the president of Data Science Portuguese Association. I will start with a brief presentation of the Data Science Portuguese Association, our mission and our main goals. Then I will pass the word to my colleague Miguel Moreira, which will describe one of the most important projects that we have in place right now. Just share my screen. So we have launched DSPA in 2018 with this challenging mission to empower data science for a better world. And here we have also the main goals that we have defined for the DSPA. We are working closely with academy, building bridges with employers. We need to bring more people to this field of knowledge, Generation Z and Y, but also requalify other professionals. We want to help our members to succeed on their challenges, taking advantage of all the potential that data science have. We need to minimize the gap between business leaders and data scientists. We want to put data science as the main topic in CEO's agenda because our business leaders still have a lot to learn about data science, and data scientists don't know much about businesses, and both are very important for data science projects' success. We are aware of the full potential that data science have for social good, so we want to support and promote projects with impact. At DSPA, we have developed an ethic code that was recently distinguished by the Associação Portuguesa de Ética Empresarial in the category of spread ethics. That code is available for all Portuguese data science ecosystem. And since we live in a fantastic country, we are willing to empower and to encourage and welcome our friends from other countries to come and establish here as individuals or as organizations. Since the first year, and I have to confess that at the first year it was a huge challenge, we have decided to organize an international conference. And I'm very proud to share with you a video with a glimpse of the three events.
Welcome everyone, I hope you enjoy Insights 2018.
Today, we have the capability of understanding and create insights about reality. The future is now.
It's about how do you actually think of data, understand it, and then use data, use algorithms, use AI to solve real problems.
And we have tons of data, but it's not the right data to work on the problems that we care about.
Insurance, it's only about data.
I think there will be nothing AI can't do.
Amazingly, the more people willing to break a leg than to delete their own data set.
Thousands of data points for one player for one day.
How do we industrialize what we do? How do we as data scientists become a business?
What's the purpose of the company? What was the purpose of the data manipulation?
We are talking about big data. Talking about data for me is like talking about gravity. It is everywhere.
Proof of that is that we are all alive.
With blockchain, everything is transparent.
I'm going to jump to 2019.
Good morning everyone, welcome to Insights 2019.
It's also about data, and not just about data discussed by engineers, but about data discussed by the entire science community through the effect that it can create.
Data science or data scientist is not a profession, as you know, so we want to talk about that. We want to structure a bit of that.
Are you going to make sure that you can trust your data?
Can we use data science to nudge people into being good citizens, for example?
I do think it's our social and ethical responsibility to make sure that we don't amplify our human bias in the algorithms, and more important and above all, to make human-like AI with compassion, empathy, and love.
We are basically creating a brain.
Are you the villains of today and the villains of the future? Or are you a blessing in disguise?
It's not just about how business is going to be impacted. It's fundamentally about how society is going to be affected.
Although this was data science, although there's a lot of technology behind it, most of the presentations actually aimed at resolving problems. When we talk about AI, it's really an extension of us. And if it is an extension of us, ethics it's not for AI, ethics is for us.
Another big challenge was last year with the pandemic.
It's great to open this third edition of the DSPA Insights. It is amazing the growth that the Data Science Portuguese Association has taken, and it has been a pleasure to be a witness of this success.
So I love giving this example to anyone doing data science, from data visualization, data analytics, because Mount Fuji in many ways is your territory, is your data set.
Every company will become an AI company.
Having the right culture was really important.
Okay, so what challenges have you found along the way?
I mean, the biggest challenge has been finding the ethics around data.
This trust of data matters more so, and trust of the use of data, that if your workforce doesn't trust it, but yet you're trying to capitalize on it, we could run into some big issues.
COVID, in my industry, an industry really based around forecasting, and really where forecasting is really important, how COVID can...
This annual conference have been inspiring our leaders and other professionals. You are all invited to watch the videos on YouTube, and of course to come this year. Miguel is one of our vice presidents, and he's going to share with you the project that I've mentioned before. Miguel, the stage is yours.
Great, Fernando. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to participate in this event. And like Fernando said, one of the focus that we have is to attract more people to the profession. And earlier on, we faced let's say a problem that most of the community of data science faces, which is I would say the lack of definition about what is the profession, what are the professional paths that you can take, where can you learn it, and so forth. In a way, I think the popularity of the profession kind of glorified data scientists as a tremendously high IQ, very advanced studies, very an accessible profession. And I think in a way that was good for pure science, but that has not been good to democratize the access of companies and to actually attract more professionals. And we kind of went around it, and we thought that was something that we could do as an industry board to basically make it more accessible to professionals. It's one of our objectives. And also to companies. And it starts a little bit with clarifying what is data science. And obviously, we know that there is plenty of information, probably too much, but it's not a clear and not a consensual, let's say, definition about what are the roles, what are the skills. And that's exactly where we try to frame our problem. Obviously, the Academy has been doing a great job designing and delivering more degrees in terms of master degrees, postgrads, and so forth. At the same time, in parallel, the industry, mostly vendors, start promoting heavily professional certifications like Amazon, Microsoft, and so forth, and other, let's say, independent boards have created their own certification standards. So in a way, that kind of contribute to clarify a little bit where can you learn it. But in a way, probably not enough, because if you are in mid-career and you want to become a practitioner of data science, maybe it's not an easy decision to go back to the university and take a full bachelor degree and a master degree on something that it's very specific. So micro certifications, we believe, have been having a very good role on democratizing the access of new technology, new skills. And I think we looked at that and we thought that this could be something to look for. And because micro certifications are usually very linked with skills, and in a way, more and more, the industry and the employers are hiring people more based on what are the skills that they have, other than the titles and the studies that they had. So skills will, we believe, are becoming, let's say, the new currency or a new metric for the labor market. So the first question that we faced is, what are the skills required to become a data scientist? And in a way, we very easily find out that there are very different skills frameworks, and they are very well related with different roles. So obviously there are different flavors of different skills are required. Gartner defines slightly different, putting together expertise of IT, expertise of statistics, let's say the pure data science categories, and obviously business skills to put it together, and kind of the conjunction will create a data scientist. But we believe that there are different flavors that can aim towards different paths, different professions, and different levels of proficiency. And that's exactly where we focus our project. Obviously, you can be a data visualizer or a data analyst, and you can have, let's say, reasonable IT skills and good business skills. But if you want to be a data engineer, probably you need expert data skills and expert IT skills, but not necessarily a great business knowledge. So in a way, we have to understand that different roles required different skills and different proficiency in these skills. And that was exactly where our project focused. So we've defined it as a data skills project. In a way, we were able to get a grant from the European Union, the 2020 program, and we've defined it as a data science a digital transition, because we tried to put together this profession definition, skills, and certifications aimed towards SMBs, because we know that SMBs are the core of the, let's say, the economical tissue of Europe, and the penetration of digitization and especially data science is very, very low, as you can see on this graph. I mean, there's several studies that prove that. So in a way, this effort to make it more clear what are the different roles, what are the different skills, how can you certify professionals, aimed towards attracting more SMBs to basically use data science. And that was the project. You know, after several months of studies, research, we actually hired experts to develop this work for us. In this case was Deloitte that worked with the DSPA to produce the compilation and the structure that now we are promoting. And we also created an independent board with academics, technology vendors, and practitioners to basically making sure that there was a, let's say, a opposite opinion. There was discussion about the concepts. And at the end, we've stabilize it in 4 different paths within data science. From the left to the right, data analyst, data engineer, machine learning engineer, and data scientist. Obviously, this is not unanimous. You could define more roles or you could group into less roles, but it was our take in order to create a clarification related with the different parts of the profession. Also, we are promoting 3 proficiency levels, foundational level that it's common to all. And we had a strong discussion around this topic, if we should have a foundation for each of the parts or a common foundation at the end, taking in consideration that we want to attract more people, making it more easy to get people excited and make it more easy for people to get into the foundational module and then maybe choose which is the career or the specialization that they want to take from that. So on this work, not only we have defined the paths, the skills that are required, the levels of proficiency. In this case, we have defined 3 levels, a foundational, like I have described, intermediate and advanced. And we have defined also a method to evaluate that the skill level has been achieved. And again, it's a mix of knowledge and experience, and in some cases the evaluation to grant a certain certificate will be also based on let's say a use case that the professional has to present to a jury to actually get the approval and to be granted the title and the certification that the DSPA is going to attribute. So methodology was developed, again, with an expert consultant, but also with the validation of the independent board. So we believe that we have a pretty solid work. And again, it's not the only way to do it. There are several ways to do it. This was our take. We focused on simplification. We think it's best to start with a simple model that companies, and especially SMBs, can understand, professionals can understand. And but there is like a whole set of rules defined in order for you what needs to be done to get a certain degree, to get a certain level of proficiency, and what you need to study. An important element of this was the communication, and we are starting that phase right now. Obviously, it's very important to communicate with effectiveness. And again, we started in a way that let's say the glorification of the data sciences profession was scaring small companies to basically adopt. That's why we have chosen, instead of a traditional method, we have chosen a mobile app so that can be at the end of every professional, and in a very simple way can communicate the different roles, the different paths, the different skills, the explanation of the skills, and other related information like where can I learn that? What are the practical examples and so forth. We also based and introduced some gamification tools. So in order that we can make also let's say the voyage throughout understanding what is the different roles of data science, a fun thing to do and an enjoying experience. So this is our take on promoting the method that we have defined. So in synthesis, if we see that this is the digital skills cycle that relates to most of the digital professions, but also to data science, selecting what you need to specialize, learning it, certifying, and then get a job. We are focusing on helping, in this particular case on data science, to help professionals to understand what are the paths that they have and how can they get a professional certification. We strongly believe that the certification, it's a good measure because it creates a target to a professional. It's got different levels of proficiency, so it creates a progression path. So a target that you can pursue in order to get more information, more knowledge, and be recognized with that. And also for employers, because we believe that the certification that the DSPA is going to attribute is going to make much more easier for an employer to evaluate if that professional has the right studies, because again, the lack of clarity regarding who's entitled to be a data scientist. Should I have to have a mathematical degree? Should I have a computer science degree? Should I have an economics degree? Or maybe I'm just a specialized nurse that it's focused on using sophisticated data tools to basically improve the way I do my nursing job. So we believe that there is a much more broader scope of utilization of the profession. So in short, we know this is an attractive profession. We just thought that the bar was too high, and we tried to lower the bar to different levels and to define profession types, a little bit like in this example that we have taken from research, to define professions in a, let's say, a very easy to understand way. What you need to learn, what are the skills that you need to learn, who can hire you, what can I do with that? And this applies not only to young people that are beginning their careers, or they are maybe finalizing their undergraduate degrees, but also to professionals that are midterm in their career and they want to specialize, because if you are a financial analyst, if you are a logistics analyst, if you are an expert on quality or whatever, maybe a marketing professional that wants to do their sales forecast better, you should learn to a certain level data science techniques, and this is what we are trying to do. Looking forward, we are at the point of going live with the skills platform and the knowledge. And for the next 12 months, we're going to heavily be promoting throughout the country to SMBs in order to increase the adoption and start certifying professionals. In the meantime, and as next steps, we also want to synchronize with universities. So in order that education programs they promote get in sync with let's say the frame of reference that we have created, and you know, at the end, what we want is to attract more people, attract more companies, create momentum. And I would say that as almost a last statement, success of this initiative will be driven by economical impact. At the end of the day, we may have beautiful techniques, you may have beautiful technology, but if the companies cannot use it in a sense that they increase their competitiveness, probably it's a failure. So this making a bridge towards implementation and try to get the companies to use data science for economical impact is our main target with this project. We are looking also to spin-offs and other ideas that are coming along, because this work has created a lot of discussion and in-depth discussion towards data science. So basically, this was what I would like to share with you. Thank you very much. Myself and Fernando will be here to answer any questions that you may have now, or if you have later, just get in touch with us. We'll be delighted to show you more, to clarify any questions. Thank you very much.
Fernando and Miguel, thank you very much for your presentation. We don't have questions from the audience, but I'm taking advantage that I'm here hosting your session. I have to say I'm very impressed with the work that you have developed. We know it's very difficult. We talk about the skills all the time, also in our European association, and the need really to bring those skills to SMEs and the importance of doing so. And I think the work that you have done really can benefit other countries in Europe. So I have a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind, and if you have some time. First question, I think you intend to go live now, right? That's what I understood. So what is your, let's say, time frame to go live? Is something that you are going to launch now, before the summer, after the summer? What is the timing that you give to this go live? So can you give me a bit more information about this time of go live period? That's the first question. The second question is, do you have references in other European countries, associations similar to yours, or organizations doing a similar work to what you are doing in Portugal? So I would appreciate if you can answer my two questions.
Great, Anna. Thank you for the questions. We go live in June, so next month. So it's very soon. And now we want to really focus on promotion. So we need to, and we have planned a set of activities to basically make roadshows throughout the countries, use other, let's say, industry associations that can get us easier towards companies, and to make demonstrations, to make basically clarification sessions and so forth. You know, again, we're very focused on that success will be driven by hard results. How many people really use the platform, how many people are applying to certification and so forth. Obviously, we know that education is very important, and we believe that we're going to be focusing strongly on getting, let's say, schools partner with us to basically develop specific courses that can match the skill levels and the framework that we have defined. So it's very soon. So we'll let you know.
Congratulations! Yeah, for sure. No. We will follow your case, because I think it's very relevant. It's very relevant to the work that we are doing as well. So we will follow you.
Yeah, regarding the second question, Anna, great. I mean, we didn't invent it. You know, we inspired on different associations. Actually, we looked at several. There's at least three. The first one is American. The second one was Indian. And I'm pretty sure there are many more. The thing is, we inspired in work that are done in other fields of work in which industry associations basically define a framework and certify professionals, let's say in logistics, in manufacturing and so forth. That's very used for a long time, especially it's more an Anglo-Saxon way of thinking professional certification than I would say Latin European. But as a preparation of this call, we had a great conversation with a university in Spain that it's doing exactly the same type of work. That was very exciting. Obviously, we are going to exchange notes. And again, Anna, we're much more open to collaborate and to open and share what we have, the result of our studies, because there will be different frameworks. There's not a single version of the truth here. What we have defined, other people will define slightly different. The important is to have one method that is consistent, that is simple. In our case, we try to focus on simplicity because we want to take it to more people and to more companies, especially SMBs. So this is our focus. We're very open to share and to collaborate with others.
Yeah, that would be fantastic, because actually I was going to ask about the framework, but I think it's maybe too detailed, and that's something that we can take to a separate call. So again, I found it very interesting. I really appreciate your input. We have some comments in WOBA platform with people thanking you for the presentation. We don't have questions, but people thanking you, because I think many different people found this interesting, as I did. So just to say, I'm going to double check again that there are no additional questions. Okay, no more questions. So from my side, thank you very much to both of you, Fernando and Miguel. And I really think we will collaborate in the future. So, and thank you for being with us today.
Good. Thank you. It was a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Anna. Bye-bye.